focus, determination, passion, stamina, and the will to win. The end result, the Ricmotech Sports Car Series. Extreme Motorsports brings you the Ricmotech Sports Car Series, brought to you by Ricmotech High Performance Sim Racing Equipment, and in part by TD's Tree Service. Live Mondays, 8:30 p.m. Eastern.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be in the world. Welcome to Apex Racing TV and the Ricmotech Sports Car Series. This is Season 10, round number 1 at Daytona. Cars are just rolling off the grid. Qualifying was relatively close. Aeronom taking the pole position from Mike Dam in second place, Iannucci in third, and Wright in fourth. Rounding out your top 5 in the Mustang class was Clint Vigus. We're just skipping through until we get to the Mustangs because we're running a little bit short on time. A few technical issues. Rob Hartley took the pole position on in the MX-5s, followed by Alan, Holmes, and then we've got Peyton and Travis Svenke there. But again, the grid's really close. Just waiting for Andrew Woodhouse to join us. May have had a little lay-in. As you know, it's very late for us here, 1:30 in the morning. So he has a little power nap before, and yeah, just give him his little wake-up call to get him here. Really excited though for the start of this season. Last season was absolutely fantastic one as well, so it's going to be great to see what we get. Nom, obviously, a very quick driver. His favourite car is the Mustang, and yeah, straight away on pole position. We said, driver said he was going to be good, and he's already showing it with that pole position here. The competition looks really fierce this season. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how that goes. Just waiting for Hartley to take the green in the MX-5s. Yeah, and what a great season we had, season 9 in this category, and I'm sure we're going to see it again. Sadly, we weren't able to bring the new overlay for the first round of the championship, but it is going through bug testing right now, so hopefully we will do that for next week's round. Got a meeting, and yeah, we should roll that out to you guys, so fingers crossed for that. But good start from Hartley, and MX-5s are away, no issues whatsoever, which is what we've come fairly accustomed to in this series. Nice clean starts from everyone. Nom retained the lead, but Pat Iannucci, he did get himself up and into second place. Great start. So Mike Dam, off the back of a relatively decent roar before the 24, was leading for some time. I don't quite know what happened in the end, I'm afraid, but I'm sure we'll catch up with him and find out. But I don't think he took the win. Unless I'm mistaken on that, but it was definitely running strong. So these guys are pretty well set up and practiced for this circuit. Daytona, just one of those absolutely awesome circuits, and the Raw before and the Daytona 24 has become a pretty famous race now. I'm certainly looking forward to doing the Daytona 24 just this weekend. I'll bring you a few notes about the new season a bit later on into the race, but once Andrew gets here, as we just jump on board with Mike Dam running P3 at the moment. Leon Wright tucked up behind him, Clint Vigus Tyler Schiffler is in 6th. Stephen Thomas, Travis Davis. He also rung strong at the 24. He's actually side by side at the moment with Mike Griffith. Kevin Ford all the way down in 10th place. Not accustomed to seeing him in and around that sort of position at the moment. Last season, really, really strong. So hope we see much of the same again. But the pack looking very, very close. Obviously, quite a bit of slipstream can be had on this Daytona circuit, and I expect to keep both packs fairly close together. John Allen, I'm not sure if he'll agree with me, but kind of a bit of a meh season for him really last time out. Had some great potential, just didn't really get the results that he wanted. But good start to this this championship with 2nd place on the grid and running strong at the moment as well. Hartley, Holmes, those guys just always up there. Svenke as well. And yeah, I think we were going to hear of some returning faces in this category too. So we'll see how they're going to fare. Hope everybody had a good Christmas and New Year. And we're all back and refreshed and ready for another championship. But 12 weeks lined up for us. Right now we're taking a look at Iannucci, who has got the run. So has Mike Dam. Dam actually got a much better run than Iannucci and moves himself up and into 2nd place. It looked almost like Pat just sort of lifted out of that there. Didn't really want any of that bit of 3 wide situation. A bit early on in the race. Of course, this is one of the few 90-minute races we have in this series. Most typically a 60 minutes, and just with the 1 pit stop. But yeah, 2 pit stops expected here today. We're expecting the exact... Oh, what's going on right now at the MX-5s? Brian Holmes looking for a move around the outside of his teammate Hartley. These two were... they battled it out pretty heavy for the best part of last season with Travis. And I don't think it's going to change anytime soon. This front little pack starting to break away. The final car on that pack is Geordie Fike. And running in 7th place. Tyler McFarlane just a bit further back. And yeah, he's got 2 seconds. So knowing what the pace of that front pack is like, they're certainly going to perhaps try and scamper away. So Tyler really needs to get a good couple of laps underneath his belt here just to see if he can tag back onto Fike. I do believe we've been joined by Mr. Woodhouse. Officer.
Good morning.
Good morning. Well, I think you're enjoying this one. This is looking like a bit of a great battle already. Have you made your way into the session?
Oh yeah, I am. And it's looking very, very close. In front of the Mustangs, looks ridiculous. And as you mentioned, Tyler Schiffler, he was 2 seconds. It's not anymore. He's right there now, right there. Stephen Thomas is coming with him as well, and Mike Griffith, and the rest as well. So it's all closed in, hasn't it? Just in the last few corners.
That's it. Yeah, TD not too far behind. I was commenting earlier that Kevin's down in 10th place. We're not accustomed to seeing him down in 10th place.
Not anymore.
Yeah. Don't know if he's had a little bit of lack of practice or something there, but yeah, he's still not in it. TD had a good run in on the Raw before the 2.4, before the 24, sorry, as well. I think he was up in 5th place at one point. So yeah, the Mustang drivers in this series showing us what they're made of on the World Tour stage.
Yeah, it was good to see that, wasn't it? And Mike Dam taking a look at Nom again. Going to make a move, I don't think.
Mike's fairly patient, isn't he? He got past Iannucci fairly early, and just sort of going to settle in, I think, for a bit. You know what fuel saving can be like on these endurance style races. Very tactical driver, does get a good run, goes up top, get a better run off the corner.
Ford doesn't have the slipstream either, where you can sit in that position and really attack. Now he might be in that position, however, may get freight trained. Does he care? I don't know, because as he said, fuel saving, you've seen it exactly how it works many times.
Yeah, Iannucci through and around. Nom defends the inside, holds on to that. Dam actually dropped to 4th. Leon Wright just got the run there, but I think Dam will get this place back, going into first of the right-handers.
I know Dam was leading
he was
Raw before the 24. I don't think
something happened, because I don't think he won it in the end. So obviously returning champions Mike Dam, obviously the overall champion Mike Ruddock in the open category, then Rob Hartley and Geordie Fike. Aaron Nom is back in his main car, which is the Mustang. We heard so much about Nom. He was so strong in the MX-5. It's hard to say that this was his main car that he's in now. So strong in that. Yeah, Mike Griffith is back. Just a couple other little notes that we've been passed as well. Jennifer McDonald not able to race the first race of the season, but will return for round 2. And new drivers that we've got at the moment: David Henry, Jay Johnson, Raymond Smith, Andrew Lannick, Jason Walsh, Patrick, and who else have we got? Lindell McMurphy and Zachary Rubin. So we'll try and check in with a few of those as the race progresses, see how they're getting on.
Yeah, I'm sure we will. We've got a big pack of MX-5s as well together. Got John Allen leading. Well, John Allen was leading the way. It's not him anymore. It's Rob Hart. And then behind them it's Holmes. Then it's Schwenke. And then Zachary Rubin. Then David Payton and Geordie Fike. So
good to see Zachary, one of our newer drivers, being able to mix it with the front pack. That's what we want.
Pretty evenly matched again. I'm hoping for a little more racing this year, especially between the MX-5s, Alex, because we did see for quite large stretches of some races last season that everyone was quite content to just hang around.
Yeah, you're right. A lot of that went on, wasn't it? It was all about saving fuel, really, for them, wasn't it? You know, that's it. Save some fuel, try and save the time in the pits, get the jump then, and then go for it. Just the slipstream so strong, isn't it, in the MX-5? It's very difficult for them to get away. But of course, then they're all very patient, rather than like absolutely trying to overtake each other every opportunity. It's just like the complete and utter opposite to every BSR race we ever cover.
Well, you will see tonight the difference. BSR MX-5 is going to be on, and you'll see what we mean by that statement. No doubt when 40-odd MX-5s all fighting for the same bit of track, I think. You know that, Alex, there are only, and this is in the Mustang, a car with no slipstream. There's only 10.7 seconds separating the 16 cars at the front. I mean, it's been a close league this in the past, but it's the closest I've seen it, and it's really not. It's funny. It is a slipstream heavy track in theory, but in practice it's the Ford Mustang, so nothing's a slipstream heavy track.
Yeah, no, true. Just saw TD getting very out of shape through the bus stop. I think it's time that Ford gets himself past TD, because I feel like he's just sort of. I think he could run faster than Travis right now in this sort of. I'd say this second group, but there's only really 3 cars in it. Russell Ruddock's there as well. They're just losing
teammates,
time,
aren't they? And it's not quite working out.
No, the faster man needs to be to the front and let Travis push him down the straight if needs be.
Because Travis can gain half a second to the slipstream, even in this car.
Yeah, exactly. Just not quite working out right now. And the longer Kevin leaves this, the less opportunity he's going to get to tap, back onto that pack. And the front pace is pretty strong out there right now. They're doing 201. Well, Pat did a 201.3 the last time by. Most of them around sort of 201.8. So they're similar sort of pace.
Ford was half a second slower, wasn't he, that time?
But they need to get on with it, I think. Yeah. Because Kevin's
too polite to probably ask him to move, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, David's out of shape.
That's the thing. It's just stuff like that, It's you see Travis is on the absolute edge. You just lose a bit of momentum there. It's a tenth of a second gone here, a tenth of a second down there. We've got someone dropping down the order.
Got a message from the stewards actually. It's an incident involving cars 911 and 38. Jason Walsh and Jeff Jacobs. Now, it doesn't take a genius to work out that they were less than a tenth apart, and now they're not. So I wonder what's happened there. There must have been something going on. I don't know if you can find it.
Yeah, I'm going to have a quick look back, see if we can't drop it back a minute, see how quickly the stewards were on it. Yeah, I think it was a bit further.
McMurphy has dropped down the order as well.
Yeah, he had a problem. Right, so I've got the very aftermath of it. Let's see if we can find the rest of it. We'll get there. So into turn 1, coming out. Very close, no issues. Walsh able to hold around the outside and then just gets nerfed going through sort of the sweep in right.
So the stewards are going to have a little look at that.
Yeah.
See what they say.
Just sort of
Mike
2 into
Taylor
1.
And Michael Key having a back side by side.
As we come back live.
So you were saying?
Yeah, no, I've lost it now. Gone.
Very good. 7 seconds between top 11 again. In the Ford Mustangs.
I'm just hearing in my ear actually there's no further action between those two drivers as well, so deemed as a racing incident. I think that's pretty fair.
Fair enough, I didn't see that one, but I'd usually go with what you have to say on that one. Top 5, breaking away ever so slightly now. Iannucci's really put the hammer down, Alex, because even though he's only 1.5 tenths ahead according to the score sheet, just seems like he's had a few car lengths on the rest of them for the last couple of laps.
Yeah, and he was the quickest in practice as well. I was reviewing some of the practice times that were sent over by the admins.
I was the second quickest in practice.
Oh, was he? There we go.
Well, this practice session just before the race today.
No. So yeah, so the practice
through the week.
Sorry, yeah, through the week, that one. So,
okay.
So he's on it. He's very quick. And I think we've seen this previously as well. That the Daytona can just throw up a little bit of a random result. Who was it who won last season here?
Oh no! Yeah, Patrick Revenas. He was getting lapped. He lost the rear into the first corner. I thought he was going to barrel into everyone and didn't. Believe it was Scott Kennedy, wasn't it?
Scott Kennedy, that's it. Yep.
That took race 1.
Oh, it was Scott someone, but I couldn't remember. Sorry, Scott.
Not here today either.
No, which is a bit of a shame. So, but yeah, so the Mustangs now starting to make their way through the back of the MX-5 pack, the stragglers that had their incident.
And again, we've seen it's not so important. It's not so important now, but certainly later on in the race, it's very important that you make your way through traffic efficiently. As well as if you know, I go on about this all the time. As well, if you're being lapped, Alex, so you don't lose too much time.
Yeah, exactly. Just, you know, the best places to let them go actually is on the straight. You know, you lose far less time there. I never quite understand it while people try and sort of let you go, you know, around the outsides of corners or in the insides and things like that. Just have a little lift off.
Oh dear,
Easier to judge, and you lose far less time.
The Mustangs got themselves in all sorts of bother there behind McMurphy. Like, damn, didn't really commit to that. Which is probably a good thing in the end, but you're damn right, Vigas. Damn right. Then Schiffler, Thomas, Griffith, and yeah, so that's it there. Griffith is in 8th place.
On board with Leon Wright as well, and he's lifting down the straight too. So everyone just being particularly cagey right now, not really risking too many moves. Obviously they're coming through the traffic as they've got to, but on each other, yeah, they're taking it very, very easy. So, as I said earlier, just before we joined, I can understand that for the first sort of, you know.
Oh dear, there's a bit of contact there. And it was Mike Griffith, I think, hitting Michael Key. So
I missed that.
There's no real issues there, but there's damage to the front of car 17. So
gonna see if we can get that back.
Okay, just give him a little nudge into one of the hairpins.
Yeah, let's have a little look.
First hairpin, I think.
Yeah, just lay it on the brakes, and you can hear the contact. Not the best of camera angles for that one, unfortunately, but
they're all having their own battle. You see, this lot, these MX-5s, all having their own scrap, and you know, this is what we see all the time. You know, we see it in other series as well. How both series battles just tend to, both classes, battles just tend to come together on the track at the same time. So, just a thing as well is Iannucci and Nom are 2 seconds clear now.
It's amazing how that can happen, isn't it?
Traffic.
Yeah, they were right. I mean, I feel like Dan might have the pace to try and reel these guys in. Good qualifying lap from him as well. So
interesting though, because they're now going to have to step on it, aren't they?
Yeah, one bit of traffic, and yeah, they're going to close back up, but. This is the thing with these endurance races, you know, you can be the fastest driver out there, but if you just can't quite work the traffic right, then you'll lose a little bit of time. And this is one thing we've always seen from Dam. It's very, very gentlemanly coming through the traffic, and has cost him in the past, you know, some time and that. But in the end, sometimes it always seems to have a habit of working its way. So it evens itself out, you know, you'll catch up, then you'll lose some time, you'll catch up and lose some time, and
one thing's sure, you won't cause an incident in traffic.
You don't want any damage,
he might lose a second here and a second there, and over an entire race, that might be quite.
Once again, he's being very, very cagey through the traffic right now.
He's behind Leon Wright as well, yeah. So Leon Wright's taking advantage, obviously not being cagey through there.
One thing I do love about this series is, you know, all the drivers give each other the room. The MX-5 drivers, they're really not struggling. You know, they're not. They know they're on the inside. They don't try and go for the apex like so many will. You know, there's just everyone's got plenty of respect for the different classes out there and everything. So, and of course, the MX-5s, those that yeah, the MX-5s, those that don't know, actually can perform very, very well in the middle of the corners, has more grip, can carry more speed, so it's sometimes tricky for the Mustangs to get by, and you know, they sort of really have to commit to almost an overtake on the MX-5 sometimes because of the speed that they can carry.
Well, yeah, we've been to the odd track where it's maybe only a second or two a lap the difference. Because of all the corners that, you know, that on certain tracks, some of the shorter tracks at least, anyway.
Having a quick look at the MX-5s right now. They're starting to separate just a little bit, and of course, any minute now we're going to have the leaders come through in the Mustang. I think maybe 2-3 laps time.
If
they're going to be they're going to be there.
If you call it separating, yeah.
Well,
I've just looked at it in the end. It now looks like there's more of them.
There they are.
Now looks like there's more of them together than there was before.
Well, when I looked at the live timing, there were 7/10 or so separating them, rather than 2 or 3/10 like it has been. But in the sake of one straight, they've all managed to bunch straight back up again. And here, like I say, here comes.
Hello, Leon Wright.
Nom.
I was going to say Mike Dan was nearly alongside Leon Wright, but this is where, from Iannucci and Nom's point of view, they've really got to be efficient with this traffic. Got a good opportunity here. They broke away. They've received an opportunity which maybe they weren't expecting to break away in such early fashion. So they just need to make sure that they navigate these MX-5s, that they pick up the slipstream, because they will be benefiting from the slipstream, Alex, because you know that it is a car that delivers a lot of slipstream, and the Mustangs can take advantage of it too. But
completely, yeah, completely. I would imagine somewhere like Daytona, it's probably one of its major places where it gets it done. So yeah, both drivers through. They do have enough straight line speed advantage, the Mustangs. So, but great shot as they all come streaming through the bus stop there.
Because of how close this category is. Like last season, we see it again here. Actually, even closer this year. Although Daytona, like as you said, has that effect, that leveling effect. But 4.5 seconds, which they've got at the moment, that's a big advantage. And they could have made a winning move already.
They really seem to be cutting through the traffic that much quicker. Just looking at Clint Vigas trying to get by as well. He might struggle here. Have to go around the outside into turn one.
It's two separate trains.
Yeah.
And they're nearly hitting each other in the background. Kevin Ford has got past Travis Davis. He hasn't got past Stephen Thomas. Thomas has got some damage.
He's on this pack now, isn't he? This second pack actually now consists of all those drivers that were chasing him down. That's how much time that second pack lost.
How bad they were going through the traffic, doesn't it?
Yep. Look at that. You got MX-5s on the left of the track and Mustangs on the right, or vice versa as we're looking at it, of course. But
everybody form an orderly queue.
I know. What's
on
that
the right side of the track?
These are Americans, they're not British. That's a very British thing to do right there. Standing there, it's like, after you.
Yeah, that's it.
What they're playing at, come on.
Americans don't queue, they wait in line, don't they? This is the difference. I think the only queue that they've seen is what you play pool with.
Yeah.
Be honest.
Well, this is true. One language. Yeah, two nations separated by one language. That's what we are.
and some extra vowels is a crime, isn't it? To be fair, Iannucci and Nom, well, they're escaping. They haven't committed a crime, but they might have stolen an advantage. And 4.7 seconds, like I say, it doesn't. Far too early to say that it's a masterstroke that they've done, but just those couple of laps where they were just committed really means that now the rest have to come to them, and that's the interesting part of this race now, is that the rest of them can't sit. I mean, they might still try to sit maybe for the first half of the race and save some fuel. They're going to have to get on it at some point if they want to get to the front. There's still only 8 seconds between the top 9, so not as if it's completely out of reach. Yeah, maybe they have to push the car past where they want to.
Yeah, you might be right. 4.4 seconds is what that gap is. So Dam's at the front again. I mean, he got back past Leon Wright. So I feel like, obviously there's lots of changes here at Daytona. So forgive us if we don't catch every single one with the slipstream. There is going to be lots of moves, especially in the MX-5 class.
For them to stave off Dam for another hour, actually. that pace, because we've seen him run away with races by 20 seconds. We'll see. He wasn't running that pace before. I think it tells you, doesn't it, that he's kind of taken off the fuel saving part of the race. He's not bothered about that. He just wants to make up that 5 seconds, because let's face it, he's not going to make up 5 seconds just on saving some fuel, I don't think.
No, you're right. Not at all.
Not in one pit stop phase anyway, maybe two, but that'll be it.
Keeler working his way through the traffic as well. Just thought I'd drop in and we'll have a look at some of the other drivers. He's got Brandon Whitworth fairly close behind him as well. So yeah, some individual battles going on in class right now. We've also got some British fans. John Roberts has come on to the chat. Just wrote Stang. So,
there you go.
Obviously does the
drove
that in the Club 73 series, didn't he? Of course. So yeah, very well too for boosting motorsport. So
very
good
quick
to
driver in that.
good to see the guys up and watching this at this time. You know, are they as bad as we are? Is it 2 minutes past 2 in the morning?
Probably. I mean, you know, I very nearly didn't make it, so I mean, it's good.
Well, I did wonder.
I must admit, I struggled to get to sleep for a little bit, and then of course when you do, you're all nice and happy and ready. You're just ready to stay there for the whole night, you know. And unfortunately, with this job, we can't. Now, Aeronom's in the pits.
Oh, yes, he is indeed. Well,
now he's out.
How that goes. Clint Vigus has also gone in and come out as well. 21.2 second stop for Nom. Vigus was 23.7. We've got Jay Johnson going in as well. We're just having a little look at some of the cars coming past the sort of battle in the MX-5s as well. A bit further down, Michael Monaghan, 13th place. He's not too far behind Michael Ruddock as well. But yeah, I'm just going to have a quick look at the MX-5s at the front again. We haven't seen him for a while because all of a sudden Svenke is 1.2 seconds clear of Hartley, and I'm wondering if Hartley's going to be able to run him back down on this straight, because doesn't really want to lose that gap. But 1.2, that's quite a margin.
Yeah, no, I agree. But for those who are new to the series as well, welcome along. We're really happy that you've joined us for this Ricmotech Sports Car series. Everyone needs to watch out for Clint Vigus in the second half of this race, don't they, Alex? He tends to really turn the screw in the later stages, and he's very good.
Yeah,
not necessarily at the beginning. He seems to be quite quiet at the beginning of the race, and in qualifying as well, but later on he comes alive.
Another one that gets all the small things right as far as strategies and things like that goes, tyres and fuel and, you know, all the little things that can find you a couple of seconds here and there. And another one that seems to get at him and Dam. Yeah, Inucci into the pits. Whole bunch of them actually into the pits all at the same time. Dam continues, so he has saved some fuel as Dam. Let's have a little look, see who wins this race off of pit lane. I'm expecting it to be Inucci.
Because it's Daytona, we get a great camera at the end of the pit lane as well, right? So that we can see everything perfectly. Yeah, Iannucci away. Good stop from him. Leon Wright out in second. That's good work from Leon. Then it's Thomas. Then it's Davis.
Where is Vigus? Then he pitted earlier.
Up at the back of the group again, even though he made those overtakes. So they're not the best stop for Kevin, although that has cost him in previous races. Where are they in relation?
Kevin was a 24.4, you're right, and like Travis Davis 21.9, so very quick there.
Vigus
Nom was a 21.2. Vigus 5th now.
Vigus slots in effectively 3rd.
Yeah. No, it would be 4th, I think.
Well,
depending on where Dam's
out.
So
sorry.
He's got Nom, Iannucci and Wright. So Nom definitely jumped Pat, but with a very, very quick stop. I mean, it was 2 seconds quicker. 21.2 versus 23.5. So don't know what kind of differences on strategy there, but I would think it's going to even itself out come the next one.
course, this is season 10 of the Ricmotech Sports Car Series already. And all the season 9 champions have returned to defend their titles. Mike Dam being one, Mike Ruddock, Robert Hartley and Geordie Fike, they're all back. We're expecting 2 stops here. Now, it's saying that the Ford Mustang should be taking 4 tyres on both pit stops. And the Mazda drivers, it says they'll take full fuel and 4 tyres on the first stop, and the second stop might just be fuel. So we might see some variation in the strategy later on to try and gain some extra time by not taking any tyres. I reckon Daytona's the track you don't need tyres.
Yeah, you say that, but we're testing for the 24 and we're having a massive debate whether it's tyres or no tyres at the minute. It's not as cut as dry as
I can't see you needing tyres around here, mate. I really can't.
It's not as dry as you think, you know, on the times. I'm quite surprised, actually. I really thought, you're right, I thought it'd be a no-brainer, a simple
there's no constant radius corners or anything.
So, but yeah, it's just the way it is. So, that gap at the front...
Literally one long corner leading onto the oval, and that's it.
Well, yeah. So, that gap at the front, though, I was worried about, that might need to be hunted down. Well, it already has, so Hartley does still lead the way, but teammate Svenke just 0.3 of a second behind him. Brian Holmes just tucked in behind there, so the MX-5s have closed back up again. Dam has pitted, by the way, and he come out in 4th place, so just behind Leon Wright, so Wright jumped back ahead in the pits, and it was a 23.4 second stop for Dam, so one of the longer ones as well. So he's got a little bit of work to do, or maybe, you know, a bit less for the second stop, and it'll work his way around. So we'll keep an eye on that, see how it fares.
Yeah, we're expecting the Fords in with about 25 minutes, 23, 25 minutes of the race left. Then for the Mazdas, we're expecting them again with about 20 minutes left. So we expect the Fords in first. It's worth just going over some of the rules as well for the series. There's 17, so there's a 20 incident limit for the 90-minute races. Then drivers who finish with 0 to 1 incidents will be awarded 3 bonus points. 2 to 4 incidents will be awarded 2 bonus points. 5 to 10 will get 1. And in order to receive bonus points, the driver must complete 50% of the class winner's total laps as well. So
basically, race is being rewarded, you know.
Yeah, if the driver exceeds the incident limit, the race stewards will issue a drive-through penalty when the driver incurs the 18th or the 21st incident, depending on the race length, and every 5 incidents thereafter. So it's not like the fact that, oh, I've reached the incident limit, there's several cars coming into pit road here.
Yeah, this is
Hartley,
the leading,
the
leading sort of trio, wasn't it, that were coming in. So
just to finish that one point very quickly, just before they do that, is yeah, it's not like, oh, I've reached my incident limit, now I can go and be stupid, because they'll just keep getting drive-through penalties.
Yeah, which is good. That's how it needs to
be.
Very,
very, very good. 35 points is the winning points total. Leading a lap will get you 1 point. As we await who's going to win this battle coming out of the pits.
Looks like it might be Brian Holmes, is it? Well, Swenke, Holmes and Fike all jumped.
Swenke had a great
Hartley 31.5 seconds. That's a disastrous stop, really. So he's right at the back of that pack. But
I wonder if that's not a full set of tyres for Swenke, you know?
Could be, yeah, it could be 20. Well, Fike was 22.5. He was very quick. So yeah, and Travis as well. So quite possibly. So
I wonder
that might be your alternate strategy you were thinking. So the little stop at the end, you know, or the shorter one will be some tyres in that.
But I do wonder as well, is potentially, I don't know how it works, whether, I'll be honest, I really don't know whether it works in terms of front and back or left and right sides of what you can take. I imagine you can take anything, but I'm not sure what's quicker is my point. I'll be honest with you, mate, I've never made a pit stop in the Mazda. I really don't know. But could you potentially be taking one side now and one side later, or the fronts now and the rears later, or something like that, potentially, to he gets 2 shorter stops, but he still gets some benefit from both? Noticeable benefit?
Maybe. I mean, I would find it unlikely because I think it would throw the balance of the car out a little bit too much. So I think he's more than likely going to do all or nothing. So I would guess that's just fuel. Looking at
Would you just take right sides around here, maybe? I mean, what have you seen when? I mean, without giving too much away for the 24. I mean, what are you seeing in terms of? I mean, can you give me some information that everyone knows?
Tyrewear's really even. That's the weird thing. Yeah, I was expecting the same thing again. We've got very even tyre wear across the whole car, so it's yeah, we're not inclined to sort of favour just doing one side or anything like that. If we were punishing the right side, then it might make some sense, but
that's why it's an odd one then. That's why you're not sure, isn't it?
Yeah, this is the thing, because it's like, you know, you don't want to do just two, you want all four, and yeah, the drop off actually on old tyres compared to new, it's very close over the stint to whether or not you're going to gain or lose time. It kind of just comes down to whether there's traffic involved or whatever. You know, if you're tucked up behind someone using the draft, then you're not going to lose too much time, but if you've got no one, you're on your own. You know, you're going to gain more having fresher rubber, so you can come off the corners as quick as possible. It's weird. It's the I imagine this race is the strategy engineer's nightmare.
Oh, I can imagine. Really can imagine that. And again, you know, the Ricmotech Sports Car Series is a bit of an engineer's nightmare as well, because just with the fact that everyone's so close, you're trying to work out where you're going to come out of the pits, trying to work out, you know, whether you can catch certain drivers, and it's changing all the time. Very interesting indeed. Mike Dam and Leon Wright now a tandem together. Dom leads by 3.4. It's Iannucci, and then there's 3 seconds back to these two. It's maybe not 3 seconds, we reckon. Yeah, it probably is still 3 seconds actually back to Wright and Dam to come over the line. And yeah, it is indeed.
Just see this out, and I think Tommy paid a little visit to our series sponsor.
Oh,
and just give them a little bit of a shout.
Tyler Schiffler. I don't know if he hit Thomas or not, but he got very close to him in the first corner. Yeah,
I didn't see anything. It wasn't quite the best camera angle for me.
Thomas has got damage, but he's had that for a while, so
yeah.
Rear wing's bent in as well.
Yes, let's go and say hello to the guys over at Ricmotech, and yeah, we'll be back very shortly.
Welcome back to the Extreme Motorsports Ricmotech Sports Car Series, Season 10 here on Apex Racing TV. Andrew Woodhouse and Alex Simpson with you. Adam Bath will be joining us for the remainder of the season. But it's only fair we tell you guys as well what he's been up to. He's been having a great couple of weeks. He was covering the FA Cup football for the BBC last week. And then today he was at Manchester United and he wrote the match report on their website, which is pretty surreal for me to go onto there. I had a look at it and say report by Adam Bath. It's just quite amazing, really.
Yeah, amazing that is. So that's
brilliant
good
stuff. And he's a Villa fan, so God bless him. But he but he said that working at Old Trafford was too much of a good opportunity to turn down. And to be honest, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who you support. I think you do that in a heartbeat. Tyler Schiffler he might not turn down an overtaking move here because he's right behind Stephen Thomas. I wonder if he's going to try and get past him as soon as possible.
Yeah, I'm going to switch. Let's do that. I just wanted to pick up on a point that I've noticed. I think we've got an answer to what's gone on with strategies now, because John Allen is now leading by a whopping 8.4 seconds over Travis Svenke. And
he always does weird things on the strategy.
Yeah, he does. His pit stop was a lot shorter, so that is definitely a no tyre option there, I think. Now, whether Travis just took, like you say, left or right side, maybe.
Because he's slower though.
Yeah, because he's somewhere in the middle. You know, that's so that's quite possible.
Last lap though, John Allen 2:10.1, Travis Svenke 2:09.8. Then you look at Brian Holmes 2:11.7.
Yeah, I'm not sure quite what
Hartley,
that is, but
2:11.6, 2:11.7 for Ruben. Could be. Jody Fike 2:10.2. He's the closest one. David Payton 2:12. Tyler McFarlane 2:09.6. That's this man out there by quite some distance.
Andrew Lanning, I think one of the newer drivers to the series. He was very close behind Mike Griffith, also coming back.
Griffith was fighting for wins at the start of last season, wasn't he?
Yeah. So, but I just think this series has just got a little bit stronger over the winter. You know, there's a few new drivers come in.
Just over the previous season as well. I think it definitely improved.
Yeah, really showing what they're capable of. That front pack actually.
Just got a few extra European drivers, haven't we, as well, and who are more used to. I think some of them more used to the MX-5 as well. So, and that definitely pushed that category a lot. Then Nero Nom coming in, and he was in the Mazda. Now, I was astonished to see that he preferred the Mustang, having seen what his results in the Mazda have been like.
Me too, mate. Absolutely, me too. Crazy. You know, he's so fast in that.
He's a ridiculous driver in terms of his I rating and everything like that. He's almost Ricardo Castrolido levels of I rating.
Yeah, he's showing what he's made of right now, isn't he, though? So, 3.3 seconds clear right now. So, I'm pulling away, really. Although last time by, Dan was the quickest driver on the circuit. So,
to get you a number on there on Nom's I rating as well, just quickly, it is up at. Oh, it's not 8,000. For some reason, I thought it was 8,000. It's 6,700, though. I mean, you know, you've got to be good to get that. You know that you've got to be good to get that.
I think you'll find the person with the highest I rating in this one is Hartley. I think Rob Hartley's got the highest I rating in the field.
I'll have a little look at that.
Yeah, just go and check it out. I think his is pretty healthy.
I reckon he's not struggling for a little bit. Now then, which one? Robert R. Hartley, isn't it? Yes. Have a little look. And oh dear, 8,811. 8,000. He does mostly just drive the MX-5, I believe.
He does, yeah, he does.
But he's still very. I mean, it doesn't matter if you just, you know. I mean, that's probably why his I rating's so high, because, you know, you concentrate on the one car, and if you're constantly at the front of the field in one car, then yeah, it will go up. But it's been a steady climb for him over just under 4 years, and we've been doing the business. He's still doing the business. His I rating's gone up by. Even since the start of 2017, it's gone up by nearly 2,500.
Yeah, impressive.
In that time. Well, sorry, it's over 2,500. It's nearly 3,000. So crazy. American driver having a good. I think he basically just drives the. It's a bit of oval, but not a lot. Yeah.
Rarity.
There's some very good drivers in this field. I just want to see, because I've not actually checked. I want to see if Mike Dam has done much official.
Just while you're looking at that, we're looking at
but yeah,
Zachary Rubin, who is also another new driver to the series. Performing well so far, currently in 5th. He's got just ahead of him right now Brian Holmes, who we know is very, very quick, and Rob Hartley as well, so defending champion. So he's another one that's come in. It's going to be very, very good. Always good to see. But
Mike
yeah, this
Dam,
little
5,328.
Yeah, not too shabby.
No, however, his safety rating is 1.49.
Yeah, that was
That's not
probably
the same
that was
person,
probably
is
the
it?
2.4 that he just did.
Definitely.
You know what it's like. You on those World Tour events, you there's no limit, so you kind of like take the mick a little bit.
It 100% was the World Tour. The Blancpain, when we tried to qualify for the World Championship in the Blancpain, absolutely murdered my safety rating. I lost a license because of it. So
my only
was that
concern
bad.
with the Daytona 224 right now coming up is that I might murder enough of my safety rating to lose my A license and not be able to compete in the last round of the Pro Series. You know,
just don't go off the track so much. Don't break the rules. Don't cheat.
That bus stop needs extending. It's
that
begging
right?
for it. There's a
You'd
good
have-
1/10 of a second, Matt, to be on the cards there for picking up a 1x every now and again. So.
Oh dear, don't talk to me about bus stops after the yesterday. Dear me.
I want to thank everybody who's tuning in as well, because we are on iRacing Live tonight, and we realise that at this time of night it does get a little bit crazy on iRacing Live. So mainly with sort of oval and dirt stuff. So big thank you to those that are enjoying a little bit of road racing.
23 watching, and now
What we love.
no, it doesn't sound a lot to a lot of people, that, but
Quite a lot over all the different broadcasts that are going on iRacing Live right now. So, and for some reason we always get put on about fifth in the order. So it's very difficult for everyone to find us.
nobody
but,
likes the Mustang. That's probably what it is. I don't think
Yeah.
the Mustang gets for some reason there's all these Mazda leagues around, but the Mustang doesn't really get a lot of credit. But
the GT
if they
race
only watched
that
the
we watched,
series, they would see what's going on. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, absolutely. And the GT series that we were covering earlier on, you know, I think peaked just under the 100 mark. So
Yeah, that's a good series, though, isn't it?
yeah.
Been enjoying that one. World GT Championship. And what's coming up this week on Apex Racing TV? We do have the BSR MX-5 Championship, which will be nothing like the driving that you see here. We know that. And that'll be on tonight, at 8 o'clock. And then on Thursday, we've got even less decorum and class coming to you with the BSR Winter Series, the Rallycross cars. We won't talk about last week, but we hope it's going to be all right, but we don't know, no idea. And then we've got a little break of this weekend. We've got a weekend this weekend, I believe.
No, so, yeah, weekend off. It's a rarity for us.
Next week we're back with the Penn Power European V8 Supercar Championship, which Paul Smith will be joining me for. So it'd be good to work with Paul again.
Yeah, Sam Fitzpatrick also in the booth with you as well.
Oh, nice.
For that one, so yeah, it should be a full show.
Where have you been hiding him?
Yeah, well, you know,
Why, he's disappeared.
He couldn't do this the first round, but yeah, he's going to do the rest.
Ah, nice.
And it's worth pointing out that Sam is potentially also going to join us for the Ricmotech World sort of endurance series that we've got on. Sorry, I've forgotten the name. Do you remember the name? Off the top of my head, I can't remember it.
Which one? The Tuesday one?
No, don't say anything about the Tuesday one. That's top secret.
The Tuesday one that doesn't exist, you mean?
Yeah. No, the Saturday one.
Nobody's watching this. We're 5th on iRacing Live.
The Saturday one.
That one. It's very late. Don't ask me questions. No, yes, that one. Sorry, that one, yes. It's going to be on in the afternoons.
But you don't know the name.
Not on the bloody name.
I'm just having a quick look now.
I thought that's just what it was called. The Ricmotech Endurance Challenge? No. Wait. Can't remember. Doesn't count. Should know that. I really don't know. Anyway, let's have a look at the standings as it is.
Ricmotech World Challenge. Yeah, we were close enough.
That was what it was. Well, I said challenge. You said world. I said challenge. we were there. We were there.
But yeah, on the Saturday, so
we can get half a brain each together and put it together, and we make something useful.
That's it. We had complete one each. It'd be dangerous, I think.
I think it would be astounding.
Yeah, first round of that obviously kicks off in February, but that's a VIR. So that'll be a good one. So
VIR first up. That's not something I'd want to go for.
And then as you heard, we have got something potentially on a Tuesday night as well coming up.
To be honest, yeah, we don't know what that's going to be, if anything.
No idea what it is.
Sorry, that's just me being daft. I've forgotten about the other one. As Hero Nom is 4 seconds clear of Pasquale Iannucci. Mike Dam's in third, and Leon Wright and Clint Vigus.
I'm looking at this Vigus, Thomas and Schiffler right now as well.
The only thing I realise why they do it. It's the only moan I have about this series is that it's almost not worth doing overtakes at certain points in the race. The only little moan I have, because these guys, they're not. I mean, I appreciate that they really, it's sensible not to fight because they're trying to make up the time. But I'm just surprised we haven't seen really any attempts for a while even.
Yeah, it has really calmed down, hasn't it?
To make one place here, one place there, you know? That's what I would do. If I was still being a Q fuel saving, you could make a place here and a place there, maybe get up into. I mean, what Mike Dam, I noticed what Mike Dam tends to do is, Travis Frankie tends to do is, they'll make places up until they get into second place and then they'll stay there. Or they'll try to stay there. Big train of Mustangs is coming past Zachary Rubin and Brian Holmes are in 4th and 5th places.
While we were nattering away about series that were going on, what we did miss was they're not going on. It's actually classified information that we're leaking. But Mike Dam actually has moved himself up and into second place, like you said. He is running very quick now, though, so if Pat can keep with him, I do feel like he might be able to hunt down Nom at the front. Last lap, he was 0.6 of a second faster, so he's really started to pick up the pace, settled into his rhythm.
I think Pat can keep with him. He should be able to, shouldn't he, really?
Yeah, maybe. We're going to see.
But Pat's never been strong in the second half of the races, really.
Yeah, it's that long run pace seems to be his Achilles heel, doesn't it? So
unless he literally pushes the car to, the limit of what he can do, and that's great in the first half of the race, but maybe he just can't keep it up. I don't know. Side by side, Wright and Vigus. Vigus goes through, does he? Yes. Our 71 is through.
Get a little replay of that as we missed it.
Leon Wright.
There's not been much action, so when there is something, we want to see it.
Yeah, it's. That's what we do see. A fair bit here is, the action comes late on, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Usually in these races.
It's more of a mistake as well, wasn't it, from Wright?
Just draw your attention, mate, as well.
There's been a crash.
There's been a crash.
Oh, Holmes. Holmes involved?
It's Key and Taylor. They were running very close together, and it looks like they've had a crash with
What's
each other.
What's going on with Brian Holmes as well? Is that just a pit stop?
I can't see Brian Holmes at all. Oh, he's in the pits, yeah. I don't know is the answer. Cannot go back and have a look. It wasn't.
No, his car is toast. He wasn't involved in that, was he, or anything like that? So
I don't know, mate. I couldn't see it. I could only see the two cars spun off.
I got the aftermath of it. He's buried into the wall. Let's have a look. Not the start that Holmes wanted. So here we go. Let's get a replay of this then.
There's more crashing going on actually.
We'll come to that. So he was side by side. I'm not sure who he was side by side with. Really outside of turn 1. Oh, he's just lost it on his own. Into the wall. Bosh!
That's a separate incident then.
Yeah, and I'm guessing that's some sort of suspension damage.
I was just watching a battle, a 4-car battle at the back end of the Mustang class. Jay Johnson, Corey Wharton, David Henry, and Raymond Smith. They're within 1 second of each other, and they were banging away panels through the first couple of corners. They are trying to overtake each other.
Yeah.
Incident involving cars 61 and 98 is under review. That is Mike Taylor and Michael Key. Better showing from Michael Key tonight, the veteran MX-5 driver. I believe, again, don't quote me exactly on this, but going on the information we got, isn't Michael Key 70 years old? Having a cracking run. He was before the unfortunate sort of collision that he had there with Taylor. I thought he was nearly 70 when we started this series. You know?
I can't remember. I'm sorry.
Because his car number.
Is that something we should pick up if it is? But yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, but was having a good race today. I wonder if someone can clarify that for me. But well, I believe I'm not just imagining that. A good big train of Mustangs. Big train.
Unfortunately, car 98, Michael Key, has been found guilty in that incident. We weren't able to bring it to you, but yeah,
black flag.
He is going to be he's going to have to serve a penalty, unfortunately.
It's going to be a drive-through penalty.
Good bit of live stewarding. Pat Inucci also very, very close. Whole bunch of drivers going into the pits.
Normally, Alex.
That's Dam and Pat in, isn't it, at the same time? Look at them all rolling into the pits. All of a sudden, is Nom in as well?
Well, this definitely isn't for a drive-through.
No.
Is it for pit stop? Normally, when I serve a drive-through, it involves a burger being in my hand.
Well, yeah.
KFC or something like that. Other fast food outlets are available, but not many more better than KFC, I don't think. But into the pits they come. It was a big line of cars.
Got White Castle, Denny's.
Well, there'll be people. Yeah.
What other famous drive-throughs do we have in America? Come on, let us know.
There's Wendy's, I imagine.
Oh, Wendy's.
And they've got the best Twitter account probably in the world. There's In-N-Out Burger, but I don't know if they do drive-through. I've been there. It's all right. I don't know if it's all. You've got to tell us, our American friends on the chat. You've got to tell us. What do you think? How do you rate In-N-Out Burger? Because I liked it, but I didn't think it was as good as what everyone was saying it was. It was. So, yeah, tell us that. You know, to be honest, there are things that entertain us at this time of night, and thinking about food is one of them. So, don't worry about that. I couldn't find any food, unfortunately, for a broadcast. That's what I was doing for 5 minutes. I was looking for.
Well, now we know, viewers.
I was looking for some food, and then I remembered that I said I was going to be on a diet starting yesterday, and then I decided not to have any. It has split apart now that those guys have been in the pits.
And I tell you what, after the pit stops, 19.6 second for Dam, 22.6 for Aeronom. So
it's right there now, isn't it?
This race is up. What we'll do actually, we'll go for
only
our final.
A second apart now.
Yeah, we'll go for our final commercial break of the evening, so we can come back and basically cover this battle, because this is going to be great.
Is it a commercial
for pitting as well?
Is it a commercial for KFC?
It's not, I'm afraid, unless Ricmotech deliver fast food as well. So
well, you never know if they bring.
Maybe that's something Frank can get on.
If they bring the fast food with the rig that makes you faster on the track, then so be it.
All sounds good. Right, here
we'll go and see them. Welcome back, everybody, to Apex Racing TV and to the Ricmotech Sports Car Series. Season 10 is underway. Daytona International Speedway. We're on the road course here with the Ford Mustangs and the Mazda MX-5s. I'm Andrew Woodhouse alongside Alex Simpson, man with over 50 starts in the iRacing World Championship Grand Prix Series. And of course, Alex, you've never come here, I don't believe, but
no.
How do you reckon it would be if it was here?
I mean, we could. I honestly do. Apart from the fact the start, everyone's going to crash because we're going to slide down the banking. But yeah,
fair point.
If they did a rolling start, it'd be a phenomenal race. It'd be excellent.
In comes Stephen Thomas from the lead as well. So we're looking for Aaron and Mike Dam, really. They'll be the two. Iannucci's dropped off by 3 seconds. So, yeah, it's just, again, Iannucci's doing a good job, but find a couple of extra seconds.
Yeah. Battle's on now as well. Here we are,
hours.
Dam, right on Non's tail, draft in full effect. Can I just say we were quickly as well, we were late back because we were just looking at White Castle as well.
Yeah, we were looking at that.
Giuseppe. So,
yeah,
didn't they do a film about that? Somewhere like, was it... Harold and someone go to White Castle or something, I can't remember.
What, Harold and Kumba?
Yeah, it's like a comedy, isn't it? I think, yeah.
Possibly.
They even did a second one. Yeah, so.
Oh, okay.
Aren't they riding some dog or cheetah or something
I don't know
like
if...
that?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
it's
very stupid, but...
Like White Castle, let's have a look. Oh, yeah.
There's a film named about it. They've got to do good burgers, surely.
Oh, they do all sorts of... They do sliders, and they do all sorts of things. They look quite nice, actually. So,
are we getting anybody else's taste buds going?
They do a breakfast waffle. That looks nice. Look at that. A bit like a McMuffin, but it's got waffles instead of the bread. That's good. What else have we got? Yeah, I think... Oh, they do cheesecake on a stick, for goodness sake. I mean, that's a recipe for disaster, is that? Yeah, it's... White Castle, I hope you're not wearing white trousers, because when you spill that all over yourself, then you'll know about it. But where did Thomas emerge then?
All the way down in 6th place, actually. So
that can't have been a good stop then.
Ford up to 7th. Shiflett in a really good position, actually. Good race from him. 4th. Iannucci still 3rd, but dropped off of these guys. Tyler Shiflett and Leon Wright are very, very close.
Ah, Wright's just taken him.
Ah, well, there you go.
Wright's just taken Shiflett on the back straight as they were lapping some traffic.
Let's zip that back and let's take a quick look at that one.
Looked like he just drove clean past him, so I don't know whether Shiflett had a slowdown or whether it was a legitimate slipstreaming move. I can't quite see that.
I'll tell you what, Alan's still looking good in the MX-5.
Oh, here comes Dam. Oh, no, he's not. He's lifting off.
He's lifted. I'm just watching this overtake that you were talking about. But yeah, while we see this go, so move into the bus stop. But yeah, so Alan has pitted, so has Svinky, and still 4.5 seconds clear. So it might be a very good strategy call for John Allen, himself to the front. And okay, where is Hartley?
Zachary Rubinson as well. They were 1st and 2nd on the road. Who else is in as well? There is another MX-5 in. It is Patrick Prevenas putting in 37th, so no threat from him.
Yeah, good stops from Hartley. Right, where is John Allen? That's when our new overlay will come in to help when we can see just the dots on the screen that we want.
Yeah,
going to be
we'll
close.
Bring that to you at some point. Don't know whether it'll be this season or not, but we'll see.
Oh, look at that, they're side by side. Well, the race is going to be on between Hartley and John Allen. There's nothing between them, so very, very close indeed. So, well, we've got it once again. We had it last season, and we're going to get it again this season. The battle between both classes, really. Yeah, going to go all the way down to the wire in this one.
It may just be these two.
I think that's all it's going to be. It looks like it, yeah.
But one thing's for sure is even if Allen's tyres are a bit older, potentially they are, then
yeah, just a couple
it's not
going
to make a difference because the slipstream is such that it doesn't matter, does it?
Well, Allen had the longer stop now, so he should have the fresher rubber right now. So he should be in the advantage. But what he didn't want was he didn't want Hartley to have that slipstream right now. You know, he wanted a 1.5, 2 seconds gap and just be able to pull away. Right now, it's going to be very, very difficult.
Oh.
He's going to pull away through the infield with the fresh rubber, but of course he's going to get drafted all the way down the straight again.
Yeah. That's exactly right. And now that any ability to break away is just gone, really.
Oh yeah.
The fact is, you won't get away on this track.
Not at all.
Unless something happens, like there's something with traffic, like we saw before. He's doing the best he can to try and get away, John Allen. Got it to nearly a second. He's got a bit of slipstream here. I wonder if he can use it. I wonder if he can use that to his advantage and really
use the back marker
and use it to slingshot. I mean, although Hartley will get the same slingshot eventually. In come 2 cars to the pits, David Payton and Tyler McFarlane. They were in second. Well, they were first and second on the road again. On their road again. I just can't wait to get on the road again. Sorry about that.
You see, we have to get a little bit crazy when it becomes what's the time? 2:43 in the morning.
all I know is I've got to be up for work in about 4 hours, so I cannot. Yeah, I've got to be a little daft about it. Yeah, it's good fun. I do enjoy this series a lot. Thank you to everybody who's watching so far with us. I'm a little disappointed that we didn't have Giuseppe Iannucci, just a little the last point on White Castle. It's something you eat once every 3 years when you need a cleanse.
Yeah.
That's what he says. It can't be that bad, can it? Maybe it can. I don't know. It might be. Fair enough, isn't it? And yeah, I don't really have a lot to say to that. That's fair enough, isn't it? But I'm a little disappointed.
Hungry.
No one else joined in on the burger conversation.
No, we've got one recommendation only.
We've got one. Nobody else is hungry, which I find that impossible. Because it's prime time in America, so surely some Americans are hungry right about now.
Everyone's noshing
maybe
down
they're
a
all out
pizza
for a
or
burger,
something.
mate. That's probably what it is.
Yeah.
Might be all out for a burger, and they're all noshing on like an $8 pizza slice, because nobody does full pizzas. Well, they do, but
Dam's starting to get a bit more racy now. I'm starting to have a little look in some of these corners. I'm thinking at some point, at some point it's going to be. You might want to see if he can make a move to the front. What he wants is a big gaggle of cars that they come up to. You know, see if he can jump ahead when they come up with a big pack and get like a 1.5 second advantage. Maybe just pull away. The trouble, the field's really spread out now, isn't it? It's not like early on where you can come up with that big group that's going to lose you a couple of seconds.
It's going to be tough for Dam, even if he gets past Aero. Still going to be tough for him to break away, because I'm not sure he's half a second quicker than Aero. You know, that's kind of what you need around here with the slipstream. It's even in the Mustang, the slipstream's enough that you still get that sort of rubber band effect a little bit. Yeah, I don't know really, but look, you can see that he still gets a decent tow. We saw it at Pocono last season, didn't we? Or the season before. It might have even been 2 seasons ago now when we were at Pocono. But the Mustang really got a good head of steam up on the big banked corners.
There we go. We've got a few more people involved now. We've got an invite as well. We've got an invite to a good burger joint from Giuseppe if we ever find ourselves in New York. So
there you go. We never know.
That's going to happen. I'm definitely making my way to New York at some point.
I will try. But the burger joints. Hey, I'm up for that. I'm up for a tour of New York's burger joints. Sounds like an absolute. In fact, that sounds like I need to book an extra week of holiday, to be honest, for that.
Just to recover. Good to see Ricmotech getting involved as well. With
that's not a 1 week job. That's a 2 week job. Actually, Americans are always hungry. Well, yeah, we know this, but almost as hungry as the British people. I think. See, British people, the problem British people have is that we get hungry in the middle of the night and we just go raiding the fridge. And I think it's just, I don't know if it's just a British thing, but we just always seem to, I don't know, like the more unsuitable time it is, the more we want some food. Andrew. It's alright.
Got to get our mind off food somewhere. Got some racing going on.
I haven't got any food. Alan versus Hartley.
And Alan, yeah.
Hartley's eating him up.
Gone to the lead. I'm surprised he's gone so early, I have to say.
Yeah, but I mean, depends how his tyres are, doesn't it?
Kevin Ford and Tyler Shiflett, they're a tenth of a second apart. It's go time for Ford, really. He needs to get a move on. He can see there's potential 4th place on here. Can't see him getting any further, but he needs to get on with it if he's going to get 4th. Leon Wright just ahead.
That was a big wide line by John Allen. He got good momentum off that, didn't he? I thought he'd gone too wide. But he just
sorry,
saved it.
to the Ford battle with Shiflett. That's very close. So,
oh yeah. Kevin Ford, isn't it?
Yeah, he's not lifting now. That's for sure. He's just pushing him.
Well, they're going to get to Leon Wright here.
Yeah. Pulls out from the slipstream.
Ford all the way out to the outside line. Alex Simpson line, as Adam Bath would say there. That first corner. Good exit. 4-car train. Bit of traffic. Number 38 is Jeff Jacobs. Yeah, it's... How long have we got left? We've got about 15 minutes.
15 minutes, yeah.
At some point, I've got a feeling that these battles are going to kick off.
Yeah, you got to go for it.
It's got to,
I was still surprised Kevin even pushed him down the straight there. I thought he would just gone straight through and tucked in behind Leon.
I realise you get extra points for the clean races, but at some point you need to try it. Let me just check points difference between. Okay, yes. I mean, say the difference between, if we look at Kevin Ford and Stephen Thomas, 6th and 7th. There's actually only 1 point between 6th and 7th place, right? But if you get a clean race, you get 3 points. It's about the same, isn't it? So really, you get the same points regardless, even if you crash into them as you're going through.
Yeah.
You get the same points. Yes. You can tell that these drivers haven't had clean races, though, have you? Because there's damage to the front of Shiflett's car, there's damage to the back of Thomas's car. Definitely 2 drivers who won't be getting a 0 incident race. Norman Dam 0.13 it was when they crossed the line last time. It's now 0. It's now a third of a second, basically.
Yeah, and Alan's come back to the lead as well.
Rejoining MX5. Looked like he'd made a mistake. That was Johnny Fife, actually. That was the reigning champion in the Open. Car 09 is just behind. Oh, he spun. Just behind Tyler McFarlane. And Johnny Fife spins. He's going to lose a position to David Payton. So that's 2 positions lost for him. Bit of a shame. Late on in the race. You can tell that Dam's on it now because just starting to drive the car into these hairpins a little more aggressively.
Yeah, 12 minutes to go.
You can see the body language of the car, Alex. It's just, it's lurching more into the corners. It's really looking a bit more aggressive. There is an incident involving cars 09 and 21, Jay Johnson and Jordy Fight. I wonder if. Yeah, it would appear that they have put together on the...
Yeah.
And then Jordy Fight spun off. I wonder if he had damage that caused the spin. Interesting one there.
I think for Mike with 12 minutes to go, and in fact we're doing 2-minute lap times, it's now that he needs to start sizing up whether he can get a run you know, from how far back he needs to be to get this run, so he's ahead at the start-finish line.
Oh, John Allen, he's almost out of control into turn 1. I was just going to point out that they were neck and neck over the line. I could not separate them visually. So there must have been mere thousandths in it. Now Hartley's getting aggressive. Now Hartley wants to move into the lead. He's side by side with John Allen. He's going to take the lead away. John Allen's fighting this. I wonder if it's still too early.
Yeah, well,
we moan about people not overtaking, and now we're saying they're overtaking too early. But you've got to wonder if it is slightly too early again to go to the front in this car. They're both trying it now. They're both fighting hard. I mean, they've got a gap. Gap's about 5 seconds, isn't it? So they can afford to do that. It's just
Jay Johnson and Geordie Folk incident is under review, by the way. Just had that whisper in the ear from the race steward to confirm.
Yeah, I mentioned that. They will. I wonder if we get a decision before the end of the race or not on that one. Hartley into the lead then after an hour and 17, 18 minutes. Well, maybe he's just trying to see what he can do. I mean, he's looked like he's got good pace in this stint, but kind of pace that's going to get him a 2.5 lead. To be honest, nobody has in the MX-5. You could put the slowest driver in the MX-5 around this track, stick them behind the fastest driver, and they'd probably still be able to stay with them, to be honest. It's been the gaps in the traffic, hasn't it? You know, that's really been the key in terms of how this field's separated. But this is partly why I like this track for these cars, and partly why I don't. You know, funny one. I'm neither on the side of it or against it really. Hartley then tries the inside line once more. But Allen, that big wide line, we saw it earlier, and this time it really pays off. Gets through before the kink. That's good. Good stuff by Allen. Is Hartley going to have a go? Won't have too many goes because, like I said, Travis Fenke's not completely out of it yet. Front of the Ford Mustangs, the head of the race. Aeronom from Estonia, leading Mike Dam, Canada.
A good point from Giuseppe on the chat as well is that he's looking quite restrained right now. In the fact that he keeps lifting, not really looking like he's making moves. He did only have a 19.6 second stop, Mike. So I wonder if he's nursing the fact that he's quite marginal on fuel, and that's why he's going to wait. Yeah, why he's going to wait right to the end, try and save as much in that draft.
Well, that's what. He's just trying to get that back, isn't he? Really. And that's why he used that. Well, that's why he went maybe marginally on fuels, just to get back in the fight, really. Oh, as Iannucci go the
Thomas and Wright side by side.
Around, but oh yeah,
this is for 6th and 7th place, like you say, going into the bus stop.
Kevin Ford is into 5th. Tyler Schiffler still running 4th. Good race from Schiffler. We haven't seen anything of Vigas at all in the second half of this race.
No, really not.
Been really surprising.
Yeah, he had a really slow stop, 37.4 seconds, so longer than everyone. So I wonder if that was some sort of penalty that he picked up.
Although maybe he is performing okay, but when you look at his qualifying times, he was a second slower nearly than Aeronom in qualifying. So to only be 20 seconds behind after 40 laps, I guess isn't really too bad. Yeah. He just doesn't have the pace in the car.
Ford having a look, pushing again down the straight and then ducking out.
Been aggressive, Kevin, but maybe not at the right times. think I'm still with you in terms of could have made a move earlier. Because he's now 9 seconds clear of Travis Davis. Black flag for Patrick Crevenis.
Yeah.
I imagine that's for instance.
Yeah, risk was deemed too great for his move, I think. So yeah, into the pit lane, serve a penalty. It's a great battle actually between Shiflett, Ford, and Wright Thomas.
But yeah, I wondered just on the point, because like I say, he is 9 seconds clear of TD. Potentially, that's the gap he could have pulled. If he'd have got past him earlier, he might have been able to get to the front of this pack. But
yeah, I don't think so though.
Yeah, but they split apart at just the wrong time, didn't it? I guess.
Yeah, but also what was it? Third, fourth, and no, yeah, they lost what 4 seconds or something like that, and then that second pack caught back up anyway. So. In the great scheme of things, exactly. In the great scheme of things, I don't really think it's going to have made much difference. Nom and Dan broke away. Really, that was the key thing. And
well, it was Pasquale, wasn't it?
Yeah, as well.
Dan was still in that pack. Yeah, that's why he's done so well on the strategy too. And now they're side by
side.
Yeah. So he's doing the dress rehearsal for the finish, seeing what he wants to, seeing how much time he's going. Oh dear. Oh, contact! Sam hits the back marker.
Wanted the cutback, didn't he?
Is he crabbing? Is he done?
No, I don't think so. I think he's all right.
Crabbing though, isn't it? I think. To get a shot of it on the straight, Alex. That looks to me.
That looks fine.
I think.
Go on. I'll go on board. Let's see if he's holding the wheel off centre.
Looks a bit weird.
Looks straight as he was going into the braking zone, so
he might be all right. He just looked like he was. Car was twitching around a little bit.
Yeah, it looks fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's all right. It did look a bit. It just hit him though, right in the. He hit that back marker. I don't even know who it was. With the left-hand side, with the left-hand wheel. Oh, John Allen! They were so close to collecting the Masters there.
Yeah. Crazy close. So
but John Allen was too busy looking at Hartley and didn't really see what was going on. And Mike Dan was too busy looking at Aaron.
How often did we see that as well at this stage of the race? 4 minutes to go. The two lead-ins sort of laps.
That would have been a big one.
Oh, can you imagine taking that top two in both classes?
Oh man. I once took out the leaders in the Daytona 500 around this circuit. I know how that feels to be at fault for that. Still, that battle goes on for fourth, but and Dam has tried again to practice the finish, so to speak. This time he could only get within a tenth and a half. Get any closer in than that.
Feels like Patrick doesn't want to adhere to his penalties, so he's been issued another one.
Like Jean Lacey and his fuel thing, isn't it?
Penalties breed
Come into
penalties.
the pits. No. Come into the pits. No. Fine, I'm good.
All of a sudden, Hartley's 1.1 seconds back from John Allen. With only 2 minutes 50 seconds to go. A bit of traffic getting in amongst them, all at the wrong time. Not what Hartley wanted. I would think he would catch him up down this straight. Going to be back on, coming into the final lap. Where are the leaders as well?
I think he'll still be alright.
Section now. So
I think he'll still be good, to be honest.
Yeah, I think he's still got an opportunity. I don't know. I think this we'll get one more after this, maybe two. Having a look, see where they are.
Definitely get one.
I think it's one. I think after this one we'll have one more. So
I think it's about what, 50 seconds left?
No, only 2 minutes 11 it was. So they're not going to get to the start-finish line in the next couple of seconds. So yeah, this lap coming on is going to be the final one of the race.
Right then, so it's go time now, isn't it? Who has got the superior car underneath them? Who's going to time their move correctly? Damn, using the gravity. D, using the banking. We saw Wojciech Svidovic do that in the BSRTC to his advantage a couple of years ago, Alex. And over the line, it was aeronom, but only by 0.02 of a second. This is well and truly on now. Pasquale Iannucci's there if they have a coming together as well.
Yep,
he can still win the race.
Same for the MX-5s as well. They are on side by side going into turn 1. Alan on the inside having to defend from Hartley. And they've got, oh my word, they've got Mustangs trying to come through their battling. This is that second pack as well. Shiflett right and Ford. Ford has lost some places. Oh my word, that is so close.
Oh wow.
That was Hartley. Almost got absolutely botched there.
And now they're side by side. They're almost blocking the track.
Just
but
nothing.
They're doing that to try and protect everything that they've got on the final lap. Kevin Ford's going. Kevin Ford's going up the inside. Did he make any contact with that?
No, he didn't. And Alan really had to give him the room. Where is Dam? Here we go. 28 seconds to go. They're not going to make it.
Watch how he
time.
Watch how he uses the banking, Alex. This is so it's not so much here, but he's been using the highlight. He might even go into the bus stop here. No, he doesn't. Wow, he had a good run there.
Oh, a bit of traffic.
Could have been side by side.
A good exit. This might actually save Nom. Because he'll get a bit of draft himself.
Well, we've been on about food most of the night, and Nom is trying not to get cobbled up by Mike Dam. Now Dam can't really use the banking to his advantage because, oh, he's trying it now. He goes right to the high line. On Pablo Montoya country up there. Cuts back. Right in the slipstream he goes. He pulls out of the slipstream into the tri-oval. The line is approaching. Who's going to take the first win of the season?
Oh,
and it's Mike Dam. It's 1,000th of a second, Alex.
Oh, fantastic, fantastic. Talk about measured there. Oh,
and here comes
amazing.
Alan. John Allen's going to take it by quite a distance.
7/10 in the end. Close.
That's a country mile in this series.
Compared to what we just saw in the other, that is fantastic. So
what's happened in the Shiflett Ford Wright battle, I can tell you. Shiflett by 1/10 of a second over Ford. So Iannucci gets the Shiflett 4th, Kevin Ford in 5th, Leon Wright getting 6th.
It's going to be close between McFarlane and Payton as well. This is for going to be for 5th in class. So here comes McFarlane. Oh, he's going to push him. Well, that was a bit generous.
Yeah, we've got Griffith and Ruddock as well. They're side by side. And he's trying to get the side draft here. I think he might have it, Griffith. Ruddock's got the shorter run. Griffith's got a bit of damage. I think he's peaked out. And Ruddock gets there.
Oh, trying to find them, sorry. Couldn't find them in time.
Corey Wharton said his problem was a gearbox issue. Don't know what that's about, but... Oh wow, what a race. What a race that was. And as the last couple of cars come across, Michael Monaghan going over for 16th place. Yeah, that's nicely finished. I always say with these endurance races that really just finishing them, Alex, is a big achievement because an hour and a half, it's still a long time to concentrate.
Yeah, it is. No, completely.
I mean, I know you do hour and a half races and
hard enough to concentrate just to do the broadcast.
So. Yeah, that's it. Good race though in the end. I mean, this is the thing with the series is sometimes on certain tracks the The early going isn't that great, but guaranteed amazing finishes. And that is just spectacular, that, wasn't it? 1,000th of a second. Aero Nom did everything right in that race. Still couldn't beat Mike Dam. Unbelievable. Right then, through the finishing order, Mike Dam over Aero Nom by 1,000th of a second. It's hard to even quantify that in distance. I think it's a couple of centimetres. Ridiculous. Pasquale Iannucci in P3. 2.8 seconds behind at the end, so he had some good pace at the end of the race, and that's probably the best finish he's had for a while in terms of just the speed during the race. Tyler Schiffler in 4th, Kevin Ford in 5th, Leon Wright 6th, Stephen Thomas in 7th, Travis Davis in P8, Clint Vigas in 9th, a long way back in the end, 38 seconds. He lost another 20 seconds, did Vigas, in the last 5 laps or so. So something was going off with, something was going wrong with his car, I think, surely. Russell Ruddock in 10th, Matthew Katila 11th, Andrew Lanning 12th, Brandon Whitworth in 13th, 14th for Michael Ruddock, Mike Griffith in 15th. We saw that it was a very close finish. Michael Monaghan in 16th, Jay Johnson 17th, 1 lap down, Corey Wharton 18th, Raymond Smith 19th, Robert Brist in 20th. Then into the MX5s, John Allen by 7/10 of a second over Rob Hartley and Travis Schwenke. 3rd, Zachary Rubin in 4th. He gained 5 places there. David Payton in 5th. Tyler McFarlane 6th. Jeff Jacobs 7th. 8th, Dan Carrido. And then, that's 28th overall, actually. Clarify that. David Henry's Ford was in 29th. And then the rest of the MX5s, Jason Walsh 30th. 31st, Lyndon McMurphy. Chris Torman in 32nd. Jordy Fike in 33rd. Edgar Sancinelli in 34th, Michael Key 35th, Mike Taylor in 36th, Patrick Prevenas and his many black flags in 37th. Brian Holmes, we saw him retiring earlier on after he crashed, 38th place. And then Cameron Hearn, it doesn't look like he took the start, but you can get closer than 0.001. Ironically, Alex, we've seen that at this very track in the past, but
We have.
we've seen a closer finish than that, would you believe it? But yeah, in terms of entertainment, absolutely fantastic at the end.
Yeah, what a great race, all race long. I mean, like we said, we commented like when they're going to make their moves and stuff like that. And in the end, I think Hartley left his a little bit too late, and the traffic really caught him out. And Alan was able to get that little gap on the final straight, which he needed. But Mike timed it absolutely perfect. And talking to Mike, we've got him in the booth with us.
Hi guys, how you doing?
Good, I bet you're doing great.
Oh yeah, that was a real tight one.
Yeah, it was about as close as you can get.
I was practicing those runs a couple laps before, and I was going to be close. Like you can just barely get alongside doing that outside pass there.
Yeah, we could tell that it was tell that you were rehearsing it, and it paid off. We saw Wojciech Svidovic doing exactly the same thing in 2015 in the finale of the BSRTC, using that bank into his advantage. Did that perfectly well, but it was a tough race. At one point, you were 5 seconds behind, and we suspected, I don't know if we're right, we suspected that you didn't take a lot of fuel in that last stop to try and get that track position back. Was that the case?
Yeah, usually the first stop, I just take full tires, full fuel, go as long as I can on that first run, and then I gauge how far I went, and then I basically only fuel as much as I need. I'll fill up with say 32 minutes left, and I'll take 2 tires and I'll go from there.
So Aaron Om now in the Mustang, which we've been told is his favourite car, which is pretty scary given the fact that he was so quick in the MX-5. But now that he's in the Mustang, he seems like even more of a threat to the championship.
Yeah, as soon as he entered this series, I knew it was going to be things are going to step up here. I'm gonna have to put my A game every night, and it's really going to be a challenge. I mean, there are a lot of good, a lot of fast guys this race. Leon Wright was extremely fast as well. He was keeping up with the top pack there for a while, and so this track is hard to gauge. I mean, it's really all about the strategy and keeping that draft, because once you got that draft, you can work together and pull away. So, yeah, it was a really challenging race, but I managed to just barely get it. Didn't think it was.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us in the commentary box today, Mike. And if you can give a shout out to your sponsors, because I'm sure they will appreciate it after seeing your car going into victory lane.
Yeah, I just want to thank all the drivers in this series that make it what it is. It keeps getting better and better every season. So I'd like to thank you guys for broadcasting us again. We obviously put on a good enough show for you to want to do it. So that's good. And just TD's Tree Service and Ricmotech for sponsoring us. Couldn't do it without them.
Perfect. Good stuff. Thank you very much, Mike. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
I believe Alex has got John Allen with us.
Yeah, welcome to the booth, John. Congratulations, first up. It looked like you're going to have your hands full on that last lap, but all of a sudden, the traffic just come at the right time.
Yeah, you got to, and I apologize in advance for my voice, guys. It's getting over the flu, but still good to be with you. Reading the delta is super important here. We've run some races here in prior seasons, and it's not uncommon that the Mustang's speed is enough to either push us into an extra lap, although that wasn't the case. Mike and the Aero were so fast this time, they were already by us with a lap or two to go. But there's usually that pack left that always mixes things up with, in the final couple laps. So that was something to watch for. And once it was just me and Robert, we've had so many races together, have enough trust and space that usually with Travis lurking in the shadows there, you probably wouldn't mix it up as much as we did. But, it was more fun. But I think also we were disguising ways to research the draft poll out of the bus stop and lead some laps, go for those points. So there was a lot of gamesmanship there, but what a fun last few laps.
Yeah, it looked absolutely phenomenal. I mean, really, it was earlier on in the race where you decided to go off strategy compared to everyone else. That got you that margin. You seemed to break away. Everybody else sort of got lost there, but all of a sudden, that second pit stop, that's where Rob and yourself came out right next to each other. Was it always your plan to do that sort of strategy in reverse compared to everyone else?
Any of the long races where there's a two-stop instead of a one-stop race, usually I like to take 2 tires on the short stop and 4 on the long. I just didn't bother with the tires on the short stop this time, so I didn't have to think about as much. I didn't know what order I was going to go. It was going to depend on traffic and seeing when I thought it might break up our group, and I really thought about jumping in as soon as I could put the first couple gallons in, but I just thought I won't be able to save enough fuel as I could if I could hang with this pack. Even if we lose the front couple cars off of it, I could save enough to make that time back in fueling. That was my theory.
Well, it worked like an absolute charm for you. And I was only saying halfway through the race, I think, that last season, there was so much potential, just didn't really work out for you. But this is a nice way to start the season off.
Yeah. Admittedly, I'm a little more focused in the cold months, at least here in where I live, because I'm not doing any real world racing. I can focus a lot more here in the on the sim side. So definitely came with a renewed vigor to go after a championship. It's been a few seasons, and Robert has established himself as the guy to chase. So it's starting out great.
Good stuff. Anyone you want to give a quick message to before we let you go?
Yeah, to anyone watching, we really appreciate the viewership. Things continue to grow. We're making the right decisions from the top down, and thrilled to have you guys back and welcome again. And thanks for what you do. Gave the car a fresh wax for a new season. It's looking good as always from Night Fox Design. So we'll try and put it on the podium more often and get their name out there as well.
Awesome stuff. Thanks, John. Enjoy your evening, mate. And we'll catch you in the next one.
All right, cheers, fellas.
All right, Mr. Woodhouse, over to
Yes,
you.
mate. Indeed. Rob Hartley joins us here in the.
No, I just done that.
Oh, no, done that.
no. Sorry, we're not. I just said to Rob. Sorry, we're just doing.
Sorry, I was looking at the wrong channel. Right.
Yeah, no, we're just. We're just doing the winners today, just because it's a bit late for us. And
yeah, sorry about that. I missed that. I was
it's gonna
looking
be
at the. I was looking at the wrong bit on
4
the
o'clock
on the
before
team
we get
sheet.
to bed, isn't it? So.
Oh, it would be. But yeah, well done to Rob Hartley as well. Good second place, starting off his championship with a bang. Right then, everybody, thank you very much for watching this morning. As this has been the presentation of the Extreme Motorsports Ricmotech Sports Car Series presented by TD's Tree Service. I've been Andrew Woodhouse. He's been Alex Simpson, and we're going to be back. Alex, actually, in just under. What is that? That's going to be 17 hours.
Yeah,
17 hours.
Not
So
long.
we'll go and get some stuff done in the meantime, like work and sleep. You never know. Maybe a burger. We were talking about them so much. Thank you, everybody, and we will catch you later on for the MX5s. Take care.